السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وصلنا إلى صفحة 34 Progress Test Unit 1, 2, 3. Reading. Read the text about routines. Choose the best title for each paragraph. There is one more title than you need. From its title, you may expect this to be another one of those self-help books about time management. But people who read this book hoping for advice on how to change their lives may be disappointed. For anyone interested in how people think and act, though it will be an interesting and sometimes surprising read. Okay, this is talk about who is the book for. Who is the book for? If. Paragraph number 1. Okay. Paragraph 2. The first part, which looks at the working methods of successful creative people, like writers and artists, does have some general types. The one thing the most of them share, for example, is having a regular working routine and keeping to it. Some perhaps take this a bit too far. The composer Beethoven used to start each day with a cup of strong coffee made with exactly 60 coffee beans, which he counted out personally. And there are stranger examples than that. Okay, paragraph 2 talk about odd habits، يعني عادات غريبة. Paragraph 2. Paragraph 3. Most of us, of course, don't go that far, but, as the author discussed later, we depend on routines. Research has shown that most people need some regular structure in their lives. Society in general also needs routines because without them, transport wouldn't be on time. Schools and offices wouldn't work, and so on. Paragraph 3 talks about regular lives. Okay, paragraph 4. But there is also evidence that routine can be bad for us. And that's what the second part of the book looks at. Sometimes we need to break with our routines because doing something new and different increases happiness. Obviously, people can get bored if they do the same thing at all the time. But there is more to it than that. Routine also increases the feeling of time moving too quickly. When nothing new is happening, we simply don't notice the weeks and months passing. Okay, paragraph 4 talks about the negative sides of routines. Paragraph 4. Paragraph 5. This, it seems, also partly explains why older people tend to forget things. They may think it is a natural part of getting old, but it is more likely that when the things we do have become fixed, we often don't realize we are doing them. So rather than forgetting what has happened, we actually didn't notice in the first place. Okay, paragraph 5 talks about routine and memory. Paragraph 5. Okay. Decide whether the statements are true or false, according to the paragraphs. Okay, 1. Some people might find the book's title misleading. This is true. Okay, the book has a lot of useful advice. طبعا ما حكى عن النصائح المفيدة. Has a lot of useful advice. Okay. Sorry. This is false. Okay. Number 3. Time seems to pass faster when we are doing the same thing every day. Is it true? For getting older is the main reason for forgetting things. طبعا الكبر هو السبب الرئيسي في نسيان الأشياء. Let's go to the page 35. What do these words highlighted in the text refer to? Number 1, them in line 5. طبعا افتحوا الكتاب شوفوا them بتعود على من. The one thing that most of them. It is talk about creative people like writers and artists. Them بتعود على creative people. هم الارtists والwriters. It in line 6 تعود على it having a regular working routine and keeping to it. It is regular routine. It is too easy. A regular routine. Okay, which in line 7, which is in line 7, coffee beans, which he counted out personally. She refers to coffee beans. Beans. Number 4, them. Without them, transport wouldn't be on time. Schools and offices wouldn't work and so on. طبعا them بتعود على routines. They in line 17. People tend to forget things. They may think it is a natural part of getting old. It is referred to people. Okay, the next question. Answer the questions. 1. What advice is given in the first part of the book? Okay. Have a regular working routine and keep to it. Have a regular routine. Routine. And keep it. Okay, 2. What benefits does breaking your routine bring? ما الفوائد التي يجلبها الروتين؟ اللي هي doing something new and different increases happiness. الخروج عن الروتين، عمل شيء جديد. doing new different increases happiness. Okay. Now let's go to vocabulary language study. Okay. Match the words in the box with their meanings below. Stuck تعني عالق. Error تعني خطأ. Participate مشاركة أو يشارك. Impatient غير صبور. Convinced مقتنع. Colleague زميل. Persevere مثابر أو يثابر. Okay. Keep trying. Of course it is persevere. Take part in يشارك معناها participate. Okay, someone you work with, it is colleague. زميل عمل أو دراسة. Sure convinced مقتنع. unable to move غير قابل للحركة أو للتغيير. stuck عالق. Mistake, of course it is error. Unable to wait، لا يريد الصبر أو الانتظار. impatient. impatient. Complete the sentences with the words in the box. You don't have to do this course. It is optional. إنه اختياري ليس إجباري. There is no buying a new phone if the old one still works. There is no point. ليس هناك داع لتشتري هاتف جديد بينما القديم لا يزال يعمل. I was to go out because I was very tired. I was أنا متردد reluctant to go out لأنني كنت متعبا. It isn't the only reason for his success, but it is certainly one factor. إنه عامل من الأسباب التي دفعته للنجاح. Instead of playing football after school, he went home. straight home. ذهب للبيت مباشرة. straight home. I need to think of a god for being late. God excuse عذرا. There is nothing we can do to stop it happening. It is إنه حتميا inevitable. inevitable. Sorry, here. Okay, the next page. Match words 1 to 5 with A to E in the box to make fixed phrases. Then use the phrases to complete the sentences. Okay. Sorry. High priority. High with C. Like-minded with D. Unintended meanings. معاني غير مقصودة with E. Comfort zone with B. Foundation course دورة تأهيلية. Foundation course with A. Okay. If you are stuck in a routine, you need to leave your comfort zone. Okay, he did a before starting university foundation course. Joining a club is a good way to meet like-minded people. Minded people. Making lots of money isn't a very for him. Isn't a very high priority for him. It can be funny when people say things with meanings, unintended meanings. Okay, complete the sentences with the preposition in the box. On, into, in, with, about, on. Okay. 1. I was surprised when I ran into an old friend of mine yesterday. 2. That was no accident. I'm sure he did it on purpose. عمدا. On with purpose. 3. While he was away, we kept in touch by email. Kept in touch. There were a lot of products on show and I didn't know which one to buy. طبعا على العرض معروضة. I caught up a lot of friends at the party. I caught up with. There are various things that young people worry about. تقلق بشأنه. Worry about. Circle the correct tense to complete the sentences. Okay. I read or I am reading a really interesting book at the moment. At the moment, it is so easy. I am reading. A lot of people think the new building looks ugly or is looking ugly. Looks بمعنى يبدو. Looks without ing. But looking بمعنى ينظر with ing. 3. I have or I am having my breakfast, so I will call you back in 10 minutes. I am having my breakfast. أنا أتناول فطوري. أتناول وأستحم. I am having. I can't understand what the writer means or is meaning what the writer means. ماذا يقصد الكاتب. You should stop for a rest. You have driven or been driving for 4 hours. You have been. أنت كنت تسوق منذ 4 ساعات. Have been driving. I only started this book yesterday and I've already read or been reading 150 pages. I read. أنا قرأت. I only started. I've already read. His eyes are tired because he played or been playing computer games for 3 hours. طبعا for 3 hours for time it take been playing. Past continuous. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs in brackets to infinitive or ing form. Thank you for agreeing me with this work. Agreeing to help me. وافق على أن يساعدني في هذا العمل. Agreeing to help. To infinitive. I enjoy watch TV but tonight I would like to do something different. I enjoy watching. أنا أستمتع بمشاهدة التلفاز. Present continuous. Watching. But tonight I would like to do. They wouldn't stop, but they promised more quietly. Okay. They wouldn't stop talking. But they promised to speak more quietly. Did you remember to bring the tickets? To bring. Yes, I remember putting. هل تذكرت أن تحضر التذاكر؟ نعم، أنا أتذكر أنني وضعتها. هنا present continuous. Putting. I remember putting them in my pocket before we left. Complete the sentences with the correct tense of the verbs in brackets, past simple, past continuous, or past perfect. I need to be at work early this morning because there was some work that I hadn't finished. Finished, past, perfect. Okay, the day before. Unfortunately, just as I leave, okay, was leaving. Was leaving the house, the phone ring. It is past simple, rang. It was my mother. After talking to her, I ran to the bus stop, but the bus already go. Had already gone. طبعا ما had past perfect. put had and the verb 3 had already gone. Okay, this is writing. You do it in home. إلى هنا ننتهي من حصة اليوم. كانت حصة مراجعة ومليئة جدا. حسنا، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.